These 3 real estate investing trends are dying, and you need to know about them. Ever since the 2008 financial collapse, real estate prices have been on a steady upward trajectory. But that's not really the problem, as that's normal after a serious recession. The real problem was these past 2 years specifically, where everything got out of whack and there was just way too much greed. As Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. With all the money printing from the pandemic relief, real estate prices shot up to never before seen appreciation rates yearly. Everyone and their brother wanted to make a quick buck. And with all of the stimulus in the economy, it was the perfect storm for a massive rally. Only some savvy investors finally caught wind of this and sold all of their 50 properties in those 2 years, specifically selling the last couple off in February 2022, the very peak of the market. Wait a second. Oh yeah, that was me. Bruh. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you about the real estate investing strategies that were once amazing, but are now dying and very, very dangerous to get into. And from someone who's been investing since 2012 and has sold over 100 properties, I'll also be telling you about which strategies are gonna be amazing coming up. Let's get into the video. So the first trend that died in 2022 is wholesaling.
What is wholesaling?
Wholesaling has been getting a ton of attention over the past couple years because the market's been insane and it's been so easy to get a house under contract and sell it for a profit. So a brief overview of what wholesaling is if you don't know. You're going to a seller directly, so no realtors involved. You're making a deal to buy that property from the seller, and you're turning around and selling that contract to a flipper like me or another real estate investor for a fee in the middle. So if you bought it for 300K, let's say, you're gonna sell that contract to me for 320,000. You keep the middle $20,000. So a super cool strategy, one that's amazing to add to your real estate investing toolbox. However, it's been overrun for the past couple years because everybody and their brother thinks they can wholesale properties and make a ton of money. But the problem right now that we're seeing going into 2023 and what we've seen for all of 2022, people aren't buying anymore, especially newbie investors, first-time investors who predominantly bought wholesale deals from wholesalers. They ain't buying no more. Interest rates are too high. They're too scared. The economy is insane right now. There's so much fear in the headlines. Nobody is buying. And also on the flip side to that, way less sellers are selling. Now, the people that are predominantly selling to wholesalers are people that are motivated. They have financial problems, divorce problems, health problems, so they need to sell their house no matter what, and that's gonna happen probably even more so coming up. But a big portion of the sellers who were selling to wholesalers were just everyday regular sellers with no real financial problems, and the market was so inflated that they still got a good price for the house, and they just wanted an easy sale with a wholesaler. Yes, it discounted their property a little bit, but they didn't really care. However, those sellers are gone. But because there's so many wholesalers trying to find these deals, it is just oversaturated and nobody's really getting any deals right now, especially those first-time wholesalers who aren't really building a business. They're throwing out a bit of marketing here, a bit of marketing there, but they're not actually running a real business. Now, the second real estate trend that's dying is Airbnb arbitrage. This is another strategy that has come up over the past 2 years, specifically during that pandemic crazy inflation time, where everybody thought it was easy, thought they could get into Airbnb arbitrage and make a ton of money. So an overview on this strategy: you're renting a property from a landlord, probably someone like me who has a rental property. You're renting from me, and then you're re-renting on Airbnb for more money. So if your lease is, let's say, $1,500 a month, you're gonna make, I don't know, $3,000 a month from Airbnb, so you're gonna make $1,500 in the middle. So you're not putting a lot of money down, you're not having to buy a property. Easy entry point for a lot of people because the average Airbnb might cost, I don't know, $5,000, $10,000 most to get started, to rent a property, buy some furniture, maybe do some light painting and throw it on Airbnb. Well, that strategy is dying as well because there was so many people who got into this strategy thinking it was so easy, and now there's so many Airbnbs on the market that it's oversaturated, coupled with nobody really is vacationing right now because of the fear in the headline. The recession is coming. Oh my God, I can't even afford rent. How can I afford to go on vacation? And that's what we're seeing right now. Way less people are going on vacation, and there's an oversupply of really crappy Airbnb units. The third real estate investing strategy that is definitely dying is flipping properties off of the MLS. So if you follow me for a while, you know that we flip a ton of properties. We've done over 150 deals so far. For flipping, it is our bread and butter. However, 99.9% of our flips are direct to seller. We don't buy stuff off of the MLS. And I'm saying this as a realtor that specializes with investors. So me saying this hurts my business, but for flipping, you cannot buy a property off of the MLS. Why? The price is too high. It is market value. We need to buy properties direct from seller under market value to ensure that we're gonna make a profit, especially with flipping, which is a much more risky strategy. So we need to really ensure we're not gonna lose our shirt by getting that deal at a massive discount. And you can't get massive discount deals on MLS, even now. And the real reason why this trend is dying is because as the market's falling, we don't know how much more it's gonna go, or if this is it, or if it's gonna flatline. And if you're buying deals at market value and the market does go down another 3%, 5%, maybe even 10% in some areas, that's gonna burn a lot of people. So with all of that doom and gloom that I've been spitting for the past, I don't know how many minutes, what real estate investing trends can be good? Because remember, we can always invest in real estate, no matter what, at all times, if you do these two coming strategies. So number one, you can buy long-term properties, yes, off of the MLS, that's cool, but as long as you have a 5-year plan,
you will almost always certainly make money.
If, caveat, you're buying properties in the right areas that I always talk about that have high GDP growth, higher than the state or provincial average, depending where you're investing. If it has good job growth, very important. If it has good population growth, if it has job growth, it will certainly have population growth as people move to that city to do their work. As more people move to that city and the population grows, there's gonna be an increase in rental demand. If there's an increase in rental demand, there will eventually be an increase in real estate general prices. This is the chart that we're looking for when buying properties. So if you're buying properties in those types of cities that I always preach, and you have a 5-year plan, you will almost always certainly make money. The second real estate investing strategy that never dies, and I kind of alluded to it earlier in this video, is flipping properties direct to seller. So we're not buying on MLS, we're building the marketing machine. Now you can rely on wholesalers who find deals direct from seller and sell it to another investor. That's cool. However, for what we've seen in the past couple years, those wholesale deals aren't wholesale deals. They're just crappy real estate agent deals disguised in shit as wholesale deals. They're barely a good deal. What you really want to do if you want to be a serious investor and a serious home flipper is build your own in-house marketing machine. So for example, for us, we do a ton of marketing in my local area, more than majority of these even wholesalers. We're blasting our area, 13 employees in our flip business, just dedicated to running this business, getting good deals for us, and that's how we're locking up so many good deals, and we're making a ton of money flipping properties. We're buying direct from seller, deep at a discount. We're solving the seller's problem in exchange for a really good deal, but we'll close whenever they want. We'll buy it all cash. We'll buy it with no conditions, which is super powerful, and why I'm super excited coming up for 2023 and 2024 and beyond is because the market has changed. So properties aren't selling on the market really at all, in my local area anyway, unless they're fully renovated. Yeah, a couple properties are selling, but if your property is fully renovated the way we do it, dude, it's still gonna sell really quick. The problem is most sellers, most homeowners, they're not professional real estate investors and they're not designers, and they don't know how to renovate their house. They may have nice houses, nice and cozy houses, but they're not pimped out, fruitful style, that's for sure. So those properties are still selling very well, even in this market as the market goes down, because they're sought after. Everybody wants to live in a nice house so they can boost up their ego and brag to all of their friends when they have them over for dinner. So if you're buying really good deals direct from seller at a deep discount, you're doing a wicked renovation, fruitful style, and then you're selling it, you can still make money flipping properties even in this market, but you gotta be sophisticated. I'll see you in the next video.